Basically, I fractured my skull, suffered a brain hemorrhage.
He was involved in an incident where he fell back and hit his head on the curb and suffered a fractured skull, bleed to the brain and swelling to the brain.
Headway Bristol provides social and cognitive rehabilitation for individuals that have sustained a brain injury and support for their families and carers. And my role is to make sure that we continue to fulfil those aims and objectives.
So my role split into a few different key areas really. One of them being supporting the outreach manager and centre manager, working closely with Kate, the CEO, looking at new developments, and the other part is the carers and support service.
It started off very simply in the sense that they gave Mum a leaflet which explained all about brain injury. For me and for my mum in particular, it was difficult to understand why my brother, who looked the same, wasn't the same.
With Mary's work in the wards and in the hospital at that point of crisis, when they've literally just, they're going about their everyday life and it can change in an instant. And I think that that's very difficult for those families, but it's also quite difficult for us when we're supporting them as well. It's very emotional.
Those people are in crisis because there's no warning signs of the situation that they're in.
A lot of people think of brain injury as, say, a brain tumour or something from a medical point of view that might happen to someone, which is obviously one way that someone can sustain a brain injury, but it can also happen from everyday life, so it can happen to anybody at any time.
You've got the acquired head injury and you've got the traumatic head injury. From the trauma side, your RTAs, your falls, sadly your assaults. With the acquired, you're talking your strokes and your bleeds, and literally anyone could fall into those groups. And I think all of us in life in general, we never think it's going to happen to us.
The view you have of severe brain injuries is what you see on Coronation Street in EastEnders when someone is in a coma and they lay there and they look beautiful and they still look as they did, and after 3 days they suddenly wake up and everything is fine.
When I had my accident and afterwards, I lost almost everything. I couldn't do really anything for myself. I couldn't remember what money looks like.
I lost a few friends after the brain injury. I don't think they understood. So outreach is really good. And coming here and meeting people that understand and to judge you.
You sort of leave your brain injury outside the door and people sort of accept you for who you are.
Once people get that support from you, you become a lifeline to them, really.
Everybody, where's everybody going to go today?
To the pottery class. Pottery class. Fired up!
A lot of us have gone against the odds, sort of. Doctors were scratching their head with me. Like, I don't understand how you could survive a skull fracture like I did. But I did, and I'm still there.
We're really reliant on people's goodwill, on fundraising, and that's for individuals, for companies, anybody who wants to get involved.
I think as a charity, obviously funding is a huge thing, so that's vital in being able to develop services, to continue services.
Headway Bristol is an incredible organisation. The people that work here are incredible, and if we can help support and fund that work, then that's incredible.